my number one modality is, drum roll please, LED. Of course, LED. Why? Because so many reasons why. And this is all over YouTube right now, and it's everywhere. It's also called red light therapy, low level laser, red light. I mean, they just crammed all these names in here. It's really LED, right? Light emitting diodes. And there's no mystery to them. It is light that some of it can be seen and some cannot be seen with the naked eye. And the two wavelengths that I tend to favor are both in the red spectrum because they've had the most studies, and they're both available in one device that, yes, I love and I invested in because it is one beauty of a device. Let me show you. Of course, it's the Omnilux. And I'm going to show you some before and afters here of LED. Now, you probably know that I really like handheld devices that go flat against the skin so the skin can absorb all the energy. So if you have a handheld device, please know that is still very strong and very potent. It just takes longer. And now, you know, in the age of fast facials, we really just want to get it done and get it done yesterday, right? And so what makes this LED mask special is FDA cleared. Omnilux makes really high powered units for plastic surgeons' office and dermatologists, and I've seen them at the shows throughout the years, and I've always wanted an Omnilux, but like their model would be, you know, $30,000, and I'd be like, well, that's a lot of facials. But now you can do LED at home, and if you followed me for any amount of time, you know it's a staple. What does LED do for the skin? It increases ATP, and what that means is adenosine triphosphate, and that is the energy that the mitochondria of the cell make. So backing up, what does that do for us? Everything. If we didn't have mitochondria and we didn't have ATP, we'd be in a puddle on the floor. We would have no energy. So it energizes the skin. What does that do? It gives us an improvement in fine lines and wrinkles. It helps with the look of the pores. It will brighten up the skin. It will calm inflammation. It helps with bruising and scars and all this other stuff we can't really even talk about that it does. But it helps, I don't know about you, but it helps me sleep if I do it at night. And there's a lot of research behind that as well. But as far as the most studied wavelengths, we've got 830, which is infrared, we can't see, and 630, 833 and 633, pretty close, nanometers. You don't need goggles with this, but if you want, you can just treat it like a relaxing treatment, lay down, and you put it on, you wear it for 10 minutes. The minimum is 3 times a week. So that first month, and I would say anybody over 50, the first month or 2, you want to do it 3 to 5 times a week. And then after those first 2 months, you're starting to produce new collagen, you've got a few turnovers going, and then we'll want to go 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how much you need it. I was doing research for this, and there are people that use this every single day. Now, I hesitate to tell people to do that because you can get really dried out by using too much LED. And one of the beautiful things about LED is that it helps with breakouts, even if it's not the blue. Blue is specifically good for helping kill P. acne bacteria, but you know, it can also, when I use blue, I get darker spots. So it lights up my pigmentation. So I really don't need blue, you know, and it's funny, red and infrared works really well on acne, but they don't talk about that. They're like, oh, blue, 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 blue. But blue has its place, but if you have very few breakouts, you'll be pleased with the way this helps with the random breakout here and there, because it's anti-inflammatory. This is something you could do before my second favorite modality of all time, And this would warm up your face, warm up the tissues so that it accepts my second modality, which is, and everybody knows, microcurrent.